The leak site has provided a wealth of information, archaeologically and anthropologically. We have found many different archaeological features out here. We found an extensive midden, which is essentially the remains of intensive occupation of an area that relates to communal activities where people from all over were getting together and participating in ceremonies and rituals. We found a portion of a very large ditch moat type feature that surrounds two of the mounds at the site. It extends for 700 meters or so and is up to 30 meters wide in places. Essentially, if this ditch is present where we think it is, it would have enclosed two of the mounds on an island and connected the Etowah River, and it probably was full of water during the time of occupation, or we think it was. We found a new pottery type that nobody has ever seen in Georgia. We found materials that are important in the economic and political interaction network that extended across the eastern U.S. Evidence for production of materials and items from highly valuable raw materials such as mica, such as graphite. Crystals were very important here. Hematite is another local material that they were using extensively. So essentially they were mining in the surrounding areas for some of these materials, bringing a lot of these materials back to this site and making artifacts that were important in their ceremonies and their rituals. We found evidence of a very large square structure, approximately 1,200 feet in size, 1,200 square feet in size. This structure is unlike a typical domestic house. We believe it was a public or type of council house where a lot of these rituals and ceremonies may have taken place. Nearby we found a feature that indicated there was a very large and important ceremonial feast. We got materials from the local area, from the panhandle of Florida, and a lot of these very highly valuable materials such as copper, mica, hematite. We got a new local pottery type. We have a clay ceramic effigy head of a person. Perhaps that was the sponsor of the feast, we're not sure. But there's evidence for ceremonial feasting associated with this structure. We also found evidence for communal feasting in an area of the site where we're finding remains from people from all over the eastern United States. So this site has provided a wealth of information on a lot of different research issues, and it is really opening up southeastern prehistory and the connection between the southeast, people living in the southeast, and people living up in the Midwest.